everyone, my name is Kelly Bettler. I'm the senior recruiter for the Honors College here at UNT. I'm going to talk to you really quickly about the Honors College, and then I'm going to hand things over to Emma. Our dean is Dr. Blackstone. She's here to help answer any questions that you might have as well. I will apologize ahead of time. I do have a little bit of a cold, so if I cough or you hear any squeaking, please forgive me. All right. So, what is the Honors College? The Honors College is a program for talented and motivated undergraduate students. We are compatible with all undergrad majors at UNT, and we're going to provide you with the opportunities to help you with a graduate school or a career after you graduate. You can major in anything that you choose to at UNT. Sorry, I'm having a little problems this morning. You can major in anything that you'd like to at UNT. No major is out of the question, sorry. Our main goal for our honors students is that by the time that you graduate with your bachelor's degree, we'd like you to also graduate with an honors award of some sort. We have a couple different honors awards that students could choose. Our main one is our Honors College Scholar Award. It's 18 honors credits and a minimum of a 3.25 GPA by the time you graduate. We have an Advanced Honors College Scholar Award. It's for transfer students only. It requires 12 hours of honors credit, a 3.25 minimum GPA, a thesis by the time you graduate. And then our Distinguished Honors College Scholar Award is 21 hours of honors credit, a 3.25 minimum GPA, and a thesis by the time you graduate. You're probably wondering how you can earn credit for an honors award. It's all pretty easy. So you could earn credits by taking honors classes. So it'd be the classes that you would normally take, maybe your basics, so like Algebra 1, Algebra 2, English 1, English 2, or you could do study abroad opportunities. You could take a mentored research course. You could write a thesis, and you could do honors contracts, which is turning a 3,000 or 4,000 level non-honors course into an honors course by the time you graduate. Excuse me. The honors classroom. So we don't require any additional courses to be a member of the Honors College. You'll work with an honors advisor as well as your major advisor to figure out which classes are going to work best with your degree plan. You are required to take at least one honors course every academic year to stay active in the Honors College. All of our honors classes average 25 to 30 students per course, and it's going to be a more discussion-based learning environment than a lecture-style classroom. How to apply. So incoming freshman students are going to submit high school transcripts. This fall, it's going to be optional for fall 2021, where we're going to accept ACT or SAT scores with everything going on with COVID. So it's definitely optional. You're not required to this year. A personal statement, we're going to provide you prompts, as well as a resume that's going to showcase leadership or creativity and other forms of excellence. Incoming transfer students or continuing students at UNT will submit their college transcripts. A personal statement prompt will be provided as well as a resume. Please note that we do care about your grades and your academic record, but we are also interested in other forms of excellence that include leadership and creativity. We are going to do a more holistic approach. So if you feel like you don't meet a lot of the requirements or what you think would be high achieving, please still go ahead and apply, because you never know. You actually could definitely be accepted in the Honors College. Excuse me. For more information on how to apply, spring 2021 applications will open October 1st and will stay open through January 1st. Spring 2021 applications are only open for current UNT students and incoming transfer students. I believe most of you are going to be for fall 2021 as incoming freshmen. That application will open January 18th and stay open through June 15th. And that application will be open for incoming freshmen, incoming transfer students, and current UNT students. Please keep in mind that students must first apply and be accepted to UNT before submitting an application to the Honors College. Automatic acceptance. So incoming first semester freshmen admitted for fall 2021 that receive the following UNT scholarships are automatically accepted in the Honors College and do not have to submit an application. That includes the UNT National Merit Finalist, UNT Excellence Scholarships, the President's and Dean's Scholarship Award levels, and the Terry Scholarship Foundation. So if you apply for these scholarships and you are offered these scholarships, you don't have to submit a Honors College application and you are automatically accepted. So it's just something else you can check off and you don't have to do before your graduation date. Some of the benefits for the Honors College include the small class sizes that we discussed earlier, so averaging 25 to 30 students per class. You'll get training in research methods with opportunities to present at conferences. You could actually even be published before you graduate with your bachelor's degree. You'll get priority registration, please excuse me. Priority registration is one of our biggest perks for our Honors College students. You'll get to register before any other undergrad student alongside the graduate students. So you'll get to pick your classes first at the times you want and the days that you want without having to worry about waitlist. We have a Honors College only student lounge. It has free coffee and free printing. You'll be eligible to live in one of our residence halls. So Rollins Hall is for freshmen and Honors Hall is for upperclassmen students. You'll have advising by Honors academic counselors. They're going to work alongside your major advisors as we talked about earlier. And then there's many, many more. I'm actually going to pass this one off to Emma. She is our current Honors Student Ambassador, and she'll actually be able to tell you a lot more about the Honors Student experience.
Thank you, Kelly. Hi, everyone. Well, my name is Emma Day, and I am a mechanical and energy engineering student. I am a junior, and I joined the Honors College a year ago. So being in the Honors College has been a wonderful experience, from the unlimited resources to the great opportunities provided, faculty and staff, and all the events that we have at the Honors College. So like, for example, the resources, we have special library privileges. We have access to a lot of journals and books that, that you need for school. For the opportunities, we have loads of scholarships and research opportunities with your professors and the colleges that you're in. And then we have our amazing faculty and staff like Kelly and Bethany, and they go with you hand in hand as you go through the Honors College, and they help you with your, application, school stuff, anything that you may need, they're there for you. And of course, like the events that we have during the school year, usually we'd have like ice cream socials, donuts with the dean, and you're able to talk to the dean of the Honors College and spend time with him and discuss, your future and like how everything is going on in your academic life. And through those events, you're able to make new friends and you're able to network as well. We have access to the Honors College Lounge, and we have free coffee, free printing. Printing comes in very handy because sometimes you have to submit a lot of papers, and it might be nice to get free paper and not have to pay for your printing. Getting free coffee. Coffee is expensive. You have unlimited access to the coffee, to hot chocolate, and sometimes they do have like cookies and like small snacks in the Honors College. I'll give you an example of what I've done with the Honors College. So since I joined, I've been able to do like an honors contract with one of my professors in the engineering college. And with that contract, that has helped build my resume. And it also helped me get an internship this past summer with an engineering firm. I did the contract on my thermodynamics class in engineering. And my professor is one of the most brilliant people that I've ever met. She's also a part of the research team that's doing research on the zero energy building, excuse me. Another perk of being part of the Honors College is being able to live in the Honors Hall and being able to live in Rollins Hall. So as incoming freshmen, you'd be able to have the opportunity to get space at Rollins Hall. It's a great place. You get to mingle with different honor students and be able to interact with them and get an experience of how UNT life is. If you have any questions, feel free to to ask. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to leave this up for just a couple minutes. That way I can see everyone who would like to show their pretty faces and we can answer some questions. This is my contact information. Normally, Review Day was not going to be virtual. We have some one-on-one time where you could come down and ask me private personal questions where you don't want to say it in front of other people, but given the fact that we are virtual right now, I am gonna open up the floor in a moment for questions, but if you have any personal questions or you'd like to schedule an appointment with me, please send me an email at kelly.butler@unt.edu. I'd be more than happy to talk with you one-on-one about any questions you have about the Honors College, or if you think you'd be a good fit for the Honors College or anything along those lines. So I'm gonna leave this up for just another couple seconds and then I'm gonna stop sharing. We're gonna answer any questions that you might have. And thank you so much for participating with us today. Does anyone have any
So we welcome your questions. So we welcome questions about anything at all. As Kelly mentioned at the start of the session, I'm Bethany Blackstone. I'm the Associate Dean for the Honors College. I'm also a faculty member in political science. So we have student, staff, and faculty perspectives and are happy to answer whatever questions we can about life in the Honors College or life at UNT generally.
Hi, my name is Michael. So what is the big difference between like regular college classes versus the honor level class, and how does that vary?
You want to go, Bethany?
Sure. So there are lots of honors classes, and so like in the spring semester, we're offering about 42 different honors classes, and they're not all the same. The way that I describe honors classes is not that they're necessarily harder, they tend to just be different. And so as a faculty member, when I teach introductory American government in a regular class, I teach sometimes 300 or 500 students. When I teach honor sections of the same class, I have 25 students. And so I'm just able to do some things in the honors class by virtue of the size that are different. So I get to do more things that have students working together and engaging in questions and having discussion. So I think the classes, they can still vary a lot based on their field and the subject, but they should provide some way for students to engage with material in ways that are broader or deeper or more complex than sort of what the standard course offering is. And so that's what we're looking for when I go out and try to talk to other department chairs and faculty members about offering an honors class. They say, okay, I want to teach an honors class, what's it supposed to do? I'm like, well, it can do lots of things, but what it needs to do is give students something extra engaging. So something that is more interdisciplinary, something that is more participatory, something that connects more to sort of big questions. So that's the sort of administrator faculty answer, but why don't I also like pitch that one to Emma, who definitely has taken more honors classes at UNT than I have, and she can sort of share from the student perspective.
Okay. Thank you, Bethany. So whenever you take like an honors class, first of all, you're being taught by honors professors, and you're able to get that one-on-one experience with them. I took a class with Dr. Major. He's one of the faculty members in the Honors College. And in his class, it was very, we're able to engage one-on-one. And we did projects with other students as well in the class. And I was able to understand the material better compared to being in a larger class, because the professor was not having to hurry through teaching so many students, but they can take time with you. So being in an honors class, you definitely gain more knowledge. You definitely have an experience to collaborate with other students and to get like a better general idea of whatever you're studying in the class. Thank you.
Thank you. I have another question, if that's okay. So everything about this program sounds like really, really good. Like there's no reason that you really wouldn't want to be a part of it. So what is something that you think maybe students kind of drift away from it? Like a reason that they wouldn't want to be in the Honors College? trying to get like maybe a different standpoint, a different viewpoint?
I would think, I think one of the big things, and we're trying to fix it, is we don't get to offer scholarships a lot of scholarships for our current students. So we have a good number that we do offer, but for incoming freshmen, we don't have a lot of scholarships that we can offer just everybody right now. It's something that we're trying to fix. That would be my gist. I was not lucky enough to be a member of the Honors College when I was at UNT, so I don't have that student experience with it. Something else that we see is students don't want to complete an honors award by the time they graduate, or they don't take advantage of the honors advising that we offer. So our students are going to have actually 2 advisors. So if you're in the Honors College and you come in, you'll have your major advisor who will lay out that degree plan for you, and then you're going to have your honors advisor who is going to work alongside your major advisor in that degree plan to figure out which classes and activities and opportunities that you can take in the Honors College are going to fit within your degree plan, so you're not necessarily taking any additional classes unless you want to. I do think that a lot of our students don't realize or don't take advantage, realize that they could take advantage of the honors advisors. And by the time that graduation comes around and they realize that they are 6 or 12 credits shy of graduating with an honors award, that is something that is kind of a downer. So in my opinion, that would be it. But I was not an honors student, so I'm not 100% qualified to answer this question. Emma, do you have any firsthand experience or anything that you've heard? Or
So far, I can only speak to like being an honors student with being an engineering major student as well. So we haven't had like a lot of events in the engineering campus when it's totally not their fault, because the engineering campus is on the other side of Denton, like it's separate from the main campus, but they have been working hand in hand with the students, and they've been trying to make more events or like reach out to more engineering students, and that way they don't feel left out. So like in the past, before we went on spring break for Corona, we had a couple of events in the Honors College, and I saw a lot more students. I was also able to meet more students, and I was able to find someone in my class. And if we've been able to work together with my friend now, collaborate in projects, and to do well in our exams by studying together, and yeah. So that's the only thing I could think of that I've experienced that has been maybe a small issue, but other than that, everything else has been good.
Yeah, and I can't speak for all the students who sort of find their way to the Honors College and then sort of decide not to kind of stick with it. I think, the way that I try to kind of communicate the value of being in the Honors College is that UNT is like a wonderful, wonderful school with thousands and thousands and thousands of students. And no matter what, like if you come to UNT, whether you join the Honors College or not, like I encourage students to like find your community on campus. And whether that's through clubs or your major or through the Honors College, like if it's in housing, if it's in Greek life, like whatever it is, like you want to find the places that you feel kind of energized and encouraged and seen and valued. And for a lot of students, that becomes the Honors College. And that is great because we really try to create a welcoming and intellectually challenging and engaging and thoughtful kind of community of scholars. But some students come in and they're like, sure, like Honors College sounds good, sign me up. And then they get to campus and they're like, oh, actually, like there are other things that they just sort of find more interesting, and they sort of make those places their home on campus. And so we know there's tons of great stuff going on at UNT. And so my hope as a leader in the Honors College is just that students know about it. So if you're thinking, oh, it sounds like a place like I might enjoy. I feel like maybe I would enjoy these smaller classes and getting to meet students who sort of have similar sort of interests and wanting to have these sort of interdisciplinary experiences or really interested in research, then give it a try, and then it's okay for people to decide that they want to spend their time and energy elsewhere. So that's sort of my take, is that our job is to let people know what the options are, so then you can decide if it's a good fit for you.
I don't want to keep you guys too long. I think I have probably one more question.
It's totally fine.
So, what can I expect from the honors college as like a music major? Because I intend to go in as a composition major, and does the honors college work well with music majors? I don't know, just give me some insight into that, I guess.
Yes.
So, go ahead, Kelly.
Okay. We do work really well with music majors. So I believe the College of Music is our third highest, and Bethany, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe our music students make up the third highest within the Honors College of students. So it's so large that we actually table and try to encourage students to come during the auditions every fall, every early spring. It's really cold when I do it, so it's early January or early February. So they have the 3 audition dates, and we go and table and try to encourage students to come out there. So we have some classes that you could take. We would really like you to do research or write a thesis. It just is entirely up to you. Bethany, I'm going to pass it over because I know you were going to mention something as well.
Oh, sure. So we do have a lot of music majors who are in the Honors College, as you might guess, since the College of Music is so sort of renowned. That also just means that because we have a lot of students in music, we're familiar with the expectations of that degree. We have good sort of collaborative partnerships with the department chairs in the different departments in music, and so we're used to working with students to make sure that sort of they get what they need. And so, different degree plans and different paths at UNT are sort of have different levels of sort of structure imposed. So if you're a music major or you're an engineering major, like your degree plan has less flexibility than, say, if you're like a political science major, where it's like take some political science classes and you're good. But we're used to dealing with all of those differences. And so when first year students come in the College of Music, our advisors work with the advisors in music to make sure that the honor students get into an honors class that they need to be in. So it's been, I think, a very, very good and productive relationship. I think no matter what major students are in at UNT and the Honors College, one of the things that students are always eager to have more of is like more upper division honors classes. Just historically, when students would come in, they would typically take a lot of core classes to fulfill their honors requirements. And as more and more students come in with AP credits and dual credit, there's a little bit less of a need for those classes earlier on in the student career. And so that's something that we work on for all students, is like, okay, like we're trying to sort of find more and more opportunities to find honors classes across the curriculum. We also accept for music, for performance majors who do a senior recital, that senior recital counts as a thesis equivalent. And so students who, I'm not sure if there is a recital or a sort of a final senior year type performance for composition, then that would actually satisfy the thesis requirement for the Honors College. So our biggest push is like, come on, join us, we'll have fun, and also like talk to our advisors, and they'll make sure that you sort of know exactly what you need to do along the way, so you get to wear the fancy medallion at the end.
And if I may add, you can always choose to do like a contract whenever you get to your senior level classes. And with the contract, you're able to choose whichever project you want to do. So that's a good way to also get credit and also have a class that's in your field of major study. So, yeah.
I love contracts. Whenever I teach, I'm like recruiting students. I'm like, hey, any honor students, anybody want to do a contract? Because I have some things that I think you all might like.
Well, I think that's all it. You guys pretty much have me convinced.
Oh, good.
Great.
I'm going to look into it more and talk to my parents, but I really like
Great.
the opportunity. I think it'll be a good opportunity, but thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Before you head out, there is a view book in the chat box. So if you're wanting to download that, is everybody able to still see that?
You may have to reshare it if you posted it before they got here.
Okay. One second. All right.
You're most welcome. Will, do you have any questions?
The view book should be in the chat box now.
There it is.
Yeah, I downloaded it. Thank you.
Absolutely. If you have any
You're
questions,
welcome.
let us know.
Thank you guys
Yeah.
so much for this presentation. It was very informative, and just so everybody knows, this the recording of this session will be posted online. If you or a friend want to ever refer back to it, you'll be able to find it on our website.